Hi, it's Monday night, the 28th of December, and day 362 of my Journey to Business Alignment. Today's Living the Dream experience was the fact that I'm following my dream. I'm doing what I want to do and not what someone else is telling me that I have to do, and I'm doing it every day the way I want to do it. I'm choosing what I want to do. In this free country, we can choose what we do for a living, but most of us choose to go work for a boss and help them, another man get a mate for his wife, or get a brand new car for herself, or build a home down on the beach for his family. You're working for another man's dream, and that's okay until you build your own. But I have to tell you, being able to do and choose for myself, that is truly living the dream. At least I sure think it is. Here's my power statement that I had for this morning. I'm going to keep working on finishing the tasks on my remaining task list, the master task list, until they're all done or until I run out of time for the day. Well, this morning I got up a little later than I usually do. I think it was because I went to bed a lot later than I usually do. It was close to 1, I think. And so my body clock always wants to get in its 8 hours of beauty sleep. Okay? And since I can choose what I do on each of my 6 Saturdays and the 1 Sunday I have each week, I choose to sleep in. And I did today. I chose to sleep in a little longer than normal. The fact is, I still got up and splashed cold water on my face and made my bed, and then I went downstairs to do my win the morning, win the day routine. It was fantastic. It included my exercise, and then I prepared my breakfast and ate it as I watched just a little bit of news to get caught up on the day. And then I went up to my office and started my day just like I do every day, only about an hour late. I read my Success Vitamin Pills thoughts for the day, and I listened to some of the great music that I have, my Success Pill music, and I worked and did my workday schedule reading, and I read those thoughts on my Success Vitamin Pills of the special, well, it's right here. I'll tell you what it is. Right here. That's what it is. And today it says, my favorite quote for the day is, "The law of habits is good news for those of us who want to change our habits and therefore change our lives." My favorite word for the month is mini habits. My favorite thought for the month is mapping or our neural connections weaken and actually atrophy physically over time when we interrupt patterns of using our old pathways of thinking, our old mapping, for a long enough period of time. In other words, we can remap our brain. And my favorite motivational song, fight song. And my favorite success law is the law of manifestation. I'm just telling you, it's so good to read that every month and start with a whole new success pill box. Okay, anyway, here's the to-do list I had for today. I'm going to show you. I have several here. This is my ones. I got those all done. Let me show you. I got finally all the questions done from Edwin. Got those all scribbled out and done because I got the answers. My new Ontraport questions, got those all handled and done. My Ontraport remaining task list that were there, I got those done. Man, I'm filling up this tracks box. Okay, I had some other additional to-dos I wrote down. Got those all done. Oh, man. And the last Ontraport onboarding call integrations, got those all done. Oh, man. And the to-do list from my focus group campaign, got those down. I'm going to talk about that. That was a great Monday. Okay, I want to show you this. My number one most important task for today was to finish the request to participate in my focus group campaign with all its pieces. Bam, done. Good job, Marty. My fun task for today was to edit all the thank you pages emails. I found some spelling errors in the way it worded wasn't right, so I got that done. And my exciting task for today was receiving a message from Fahad that he finished the focus group request form landing page. Remember, I had to have a landing page so that Chase can help me from Ontraport do the last 2 things to protect things, as well as the Zoom coaching call landing page template for the coaching calls. And I'm going to show all these, show those through a Zoom video of my overview for December. So I'm really close. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be doing that on Zoom, all my calls for coaching, and they'll have links on the content page, and he set that up so he just has to do a link, and boom, it shows the video and shows the SoundCloud audio. Oh, it's just so exciting. He did a great job. Anyway, here's my end of the day success routine questions. Get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today? What could you have done today that you could have done better? Well, did you wake up early and start strong? I started strong. I slept in. Did you start your morning with power, however? I did. Were you productive throughout the entire day? You saw all those pieces. Even though I got that extra hour of sleep, made me energized, so I really worked and got a lot done. Did you get the most important things done? A lot of them, yes. Did you move your goals forward? Pieces into the portal of my mind, manifest in the world of the physical after task after task after task. Piece after piece. Choo, choo, choo. It's like my screens that I do in my designs, my videos. All those matrix coming out and coming back. Did you show up as the person you wanted today? I did. I was so excited to start after the holiday. What about your personal time with Kathleen today? Monday night, watched a fun little movie together. It was fantastic. Were you present for her? Yes, and she was present for me. She was great. Next are my end of the day success routine accountability questions. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your promises that you made this morning to yourself? Well, I promised myself that I was going to do all I could to finish the focus group request to participate form campaign with all its pieces, and Fahad called me and said, it's done, that part. So great. I did a lot of the pieces myself, but I couldn't finish it completely because I'm still waiting on Chase, now that that page is done that Fahad did, to reply on that one part that make it truly safe and protected, and he didn't get back to me today. I can't control that, so I controlled what I could control and got it done. The next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time today, Marty? Did you make time for them? And were there any new instant replay movies that your two amigos called up? Well, I watched my must-see TV favorite 5 movies, and then I just went up to my office because I was being pulled by those 3 important tasks that were calling to me. I set the day for success last night, putting all that things ready to go, and I knew it was calling. I got to get it done. So that called me up. So no instant replay movie time in my meditation this morning. My next question says, what's the one thing that would make all the difference going forward? What one thing can I do better? Tomorrow, even if the day goes sideways, I still would feel like a success getting it done. Well, focusing on getting everything done on my master to-do list has been the one thing that I continually work on trying to get better at. It's the one thing that is making all the difference in my business going forward. It calls to me. You're close. Each of the constant contact related tests, there was like 6 of them, right? Like the sign-up form and the other pieces that were constant contact pieces that I had to redo in Ontoport for it to have the full campaign ready to go. I got them all done. Bam! Way to go, Marty. So exciting. Man, that feels great. So, my power statement for tomorrow, since I got those pieces all done, is going to be the same one that I had for this morning, though. It seems to drive me to get lots of things done, so I'm going to keep it. And so it's going to continue to be the same power statement until I finish the master task list altogether. Check! And so here it is. I'm going to keep working to finish the tasks on my remaining tasks master list until they're all done. Check. What up, and throw in the trash. Or until I run out of the day for the time for the day. The next question of my end of the day success routine is to ask myself, were there any mistakes or failures that you may have had today, Marty, that you can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, I did make a few typo errors on getting that letter and emails done and set up the steps, and each time I did a test of it, and I read it through, I caught it, so I had to go back and do it. It took a little longer, but it really didn't have any real major impact on the day, those mistakes. I corrected them, and I got those things done, so no real tool of success needed today. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? Well, my biggest success today was getting the request to participate in my focus group form finished as far as I could do on my part, as well as all the constant contact pieces, so that those are all checked off my list and used and set up now in the Ontoport system. It feels fantastic, I have to tell you. My next end of the day success routine question asked me to rate my day's effort. Well, you can imagine, I decided to give today's effort a 10. I worked at the speed of 10 all day. And because I had to set the table to make today a success, it was a spectacular day. I felt fantastic. I just planned it that way, and that's how it came down. Whew. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle that says if we want to understand why people do what they do, all we need to do is to review the most significant and impactful mapping experiences of those folks' lives. Those mapping experiences will give us the strongest clues, of why they do what they do. Mapping experiences provide the essence or the building blocks of our beliefs, rules, and values. They are the clay from which our mental operating system is molded. There is no doubt that a person who has experienced and triumphed over tremendous adversity clearly has strong mapping from which to build a consistent level of confidence, a belief or faith in themselves and in others, and the capacity to overcome challenges. I'm convinced you and I have had similar experiences. I'm going to share one about Croy Sather. He talked about the fact that when he was 14, the gal wasn't looking where she was going and hit him head on a bike that he was driving head on. Man, it almost took his life. He flew through the windshield and hit up 50 feet in the air. His bike was crushed under the car tires. Oh my goodness. He had to be in a coma for a while. His mom and dad thought that his doctor said he's gone. He's going to be a vegetable if he lives. On and on and on. From that adversity, he pulled out. He had a year being a cast and struggling and rehab. And then he started getting a sense that life is so precious. I got to make something great out of it. Well, that set the stage for his new beliefs, rules, and values. And he became a sensational speaker. Did that 100... I guess it's called a 25-mile marathon. He did 100 days of a marathon a day, 100 marathons, and a speaking engagement after each day, and did 2,500 miles. Oh my goodness. And then he wrote books, and he's done great things, and Instant Manifestation Secrets is what started all this for me. That's the incredible thing about our incredible experiences of mapping experiences. The larger or the number of greater the quality of our mapping experiences, the greater our potential level of choices become. These mapping experiences, like Croy's, enable us to more effectively evaluate what things mean to us and what we can do about them. It changed his whole way of viewing life. Now, the reason I said potential choices is that while mapping experiences provide us with the foundational ingredients of our beliefs, we often fail to organize these references in a way that strengthens us. For example, a young man may have tremendous confidence and skill on the football field, but when he enters his history class, he may fail to summon that same sense of confidence, that same sense of certainty that could help him to maximize his potential in the classroom, like he does when he's facing his greatest foes across the line on the gridiron. In other words, if he approached football with the same attitude of defeat and doubt, like he does his English classroom or his mathematics class, he'd be incredibly ineffective in almost everything, including football. These principles lead to the next thing I'm grateful for. It's the law of emotions, which says, emotions determine which of our mapping experiences we use. Our emotional state, our mental state that we find ourselves at any given moment, clearly impacts which of these mapping experience files, which memories, emotions, feelings, and sensations that we've stored up and laid down on our neural pathway that we choose from. However, the fact is, there's all sorts of choices available to us, and yet our mapping, we let them automatically on an autopilot pull it up, the old fact, the old story, the old negative, disempowering thoughts. Choose different possible mapping opportunities. When we're in a fearful state of mind, only the mapping experiences come to mind, automatically it seems. That ones like fear, leading to references of fear, leading to multiple fears. And we soon find ourselves caught up in a negative loop of fear. Here's an example. When we're feeling hurt by someone, we tend to open the files or go search the files in our mind that remind us of all the experiences that we've had with that person who's hurt us, rather than us choosing to change our state of mind by remembering all the experiences that show how this person really feels about us. That's the fact, such as remembering the times when they were truly loving and kind towards us. It's a choice. This leads me to the next thing I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for Aristotle, who said, happiness depends on ourselves. Rather than pursuing happiness as though it's out there somewhere, we can simply decide to be happy. It's true. Happiness depends on us. If this is true, and I believe it is, wouldn't it rule out our teachers then? Moms, dads, other children, and yes, even Cousin Eddie? They're not the cause of our happiness. Think about it this way. If you aren't responsible for your happiness, then who is? And what is? I'm going to take it a step further. Happiness is a habit, so cultivate it. It is a thought. It is a way of thinking. Happiness is something that can and ought to be cultivated. by choice. It's like the garden story I tell about. I let the garden all be rolled and all the weeds are all gone, and then within weeks, all these weeds are growing up automatically. We have to choose to plant flowers and cultivate it for it to be a flower garden. Otherwise, it's a weed garden automatically. So let's not wait for an attack of happiness to come at us, or an attack of success. Just like success, happiness will not attack us. Don't look elsewhere for it either. Don't expect it to be delivered via FedEx in an overnight delivery package or in some form when perfect circumstances land our way. There are a myriad of number of options for the state of mind we can choose to be in. And I choose happiness. I hope you choose happiness. I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back here right at my laptop tomorrow night, where I'll share more of my feelings in my video journal entry. I'm getting close, down to like 3 days, and the year's done. But until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.